Sending this to the Parkes family.
Lucifer, son of the morning, I'm gonna chase you out of earth. I'm gonna put on an iron shirt and chase Satan out of earth. I'm gonna put on an iron shirt and chase the devil out of earth. I'm gonna send him to outer space to find another race. I'm gonna send him to outer space to find another race. Satan is a evilous man, but him can't choke sit on I man. So when I check him, my lass in hand, and if him slip, I gone with him hand. I'm gonna put on an iron shirt and chase Satan out of earth. I'm gonna put on an iron shirt and chase the devil out of earth. I'm gonna send him to outer space to find another race. I'm gonna send him to outer space to find another race. Oh yeah. Him have to drop him fork and run. Him can't stand up to judge a son. Him have to left ya with him gun. Dig off with him bomb. I'm gonna put on an iron shirt and chase Satan out of earth. I'm gonna put on an iron shirt and chase the devil out of earth. I'm gonna send him to outer space to find another race. I'm gonna send him to outer space to find another race. Satan is a evilous man, but him can't choke sit on I man. So when I check him, I lass in hand, and if him slip, I gone with him hand. I'm gonna put on an iron shirt and chase Satan out of earth. I'm gonna put on an iron shirt and chase the devil out of earth. I'm gonna send him to outer space to find another race. I'm gonna send him to outer space to find another race.
Woo! That track's just mischievous, murky, and mischievous. Just how I like it. I thought you knew. My name's Mista Pierre. Welcome to Fortified Season 2. I want to say a quick thank you to everybody who's supported me over the past year, who's liked and subscribed. And if you're new to the show, please like and subscribe.
Please, 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 please.
So nothing's changed really. I'm still a little bit bonkers, but I would like to wish everybody a
Happy New Year.
I want to wish you all the best for 2023. I hope you had a good Christmas with loved ones and family. And if you didn't, extra love goes out to you. You are good enough. Remember to know your worth. So on to my guest. Who is he? I've known him since I was 8 years old. He's a strange, idiosyncratic man, unlike myself. He's blessed the stage and screen. More recently in the BBC series Small Axe. He's also been in the seminal Ravers film called Human Traffic. In his private life, he's a vegetarian. But we won't talk about that because that's his business. We're not bestow-normative on this show. Now I know you're wriggling your toes in suspense, wondering who this is. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 45's Shaun Parkes.
45. 45.
Where's my do not disturb? How do I do? Switch on do not disturb.
Okay, I've turned Do Not Disturb on.
There's some empty glasses over there. Shall we?
Oh, yeah. Are we ready for that?
Yeah.
Oh, I think we should.
Should we?
Well, I think it would be churlish. I believe it's the
It'd be
name.
rude not to.
It'd be rude not to.
So there's 2 glasses of wine for those listeners that just can't see that we've got some alcohol here. Are we going to have a little sippy?
It's actually 2 glasses of champagne.
Oh.
Pink champagne.
All right, man. That's right.
You know, Pierre with his South East London self.
Peckham, SE15, thank you very much.
SE15 self. Where there are dim sum now, but we are not talking about Peckham of 2022. We're talking about Peckham of the 80s.
Oh, okay, then,
which is a different kettle of egg.
It is.
You know, stick a Barney in your pocket. That's what we're talking about.
You know, there's still a pine mash shop down there, though.
Is there really?
Immense. That ain't shutting down for now, mate.
Yeah,
Pine
but
mash and
Peckham,
liquor.
you know, Peckham's just, I don't know, with the market and the patties and the, you know, just going down there on a Saturday with mum and dad and, you know, going to certainly that market, you know,
Shumat Road.
How did we say that at the same time?
Oh, of course, you don't know Shumat Road. Oh, the bammy, the plantain, the yam.
What happened? What happened? Now, what's anyone got around there? Delis.
It's different, man. It's different. It's different. They do a lot of vegetarian stuff, though.
Yeah. Where are we around there, though, now? Where's the West Indian spots? There's still only one West Indian spot around there, right?
No, there's a couple more, but yeah, there's a lot of chicken shops, and I hate them. No.
Yeah, a load of chicken. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're bang on that still, aren't you?
Well, no, I like the fowl. Shall we have some drink?
Yes.
Should we do that?
Shall I or shall you? No, I think you should.
Being the host, I think.
Being the host.
You just rest yourself there.
Yeah.
Could you just keep people amused while we...
No. Oh, yeah. No, I can't do that by myself. But
okay,
yeah,
fine.
no, you carry on.
What? Oh my gosh, interim beatbox music, boys. So,
Oh man. So yes, P. Nice
brother.
to see you. Nice.
Yes, man. Coming with the beatbox and brewed Forsyth vibes.
Yeah.
Just saying. 1 second, sir. Do you want to open it?
Yeah. It's nice to see you, P. It's
Listen,
actually now I think about it.
It's been a minute, man. It's been a minute.
In the flesh.
Yeah, man.
It's the last video that I actually you took a video of me right round at your house.
Oh yeah, you were DJing. You're taking over my decks.
Now this is
Pre-COVID?
or is it?
Was it halfway between? I think we're just coming out of it. Yeah, I think we came out of it.
Maybe not that long ago then.
But go on.
Maybe not that long ago actually.
Oh, that's a good noise to hear.
That's a great. Oh, I should have put it on. Should I have put it on?
No, so I can overdub that with the sound effect. Don't worry about that.
So here you go.
Thank you very much, kind sir.
In fact, let me just.
Yeah. Not over the turntables, man. So
Listen.
Yum.
Right. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Actually, you need
Go on. So I've been poured a large glass of pink champagne.
which has turned out to be not that large. It's mostly bubbles, but there you go.
I'm going to remain compos mentis. Can't even say it. I haven't had a sip.
Well,
yet.
what we've done this morning is we've got together and we knew what we needed to do. So we've gone and got champagne. Not only have we gone and got champagne,
Yep.
we bought glasses
We did.
to put the champagne in.
Because we're classy. We're not Peckham anymore.
Because we're not Peckham anymore, and I'll show you how just how classy we are. We went to Tesco's and bought a bag of ice
We did.
to put in the champagne
We are, because you know what I mean? It was a
because
bit
it wasn't
warm.
because it wasn't cold enough.
No. Well, look,
So
thanks
that's how
for.
we roll.
Let's toast and welcome to 45, Shaun Parkes. Hello.
I'm so glad I'm here.
Woo.
Happy to be here.
Thank you. You're a hard man to track down. I know you're busy and everything. I'm so glad to see you, cuz.
Yeah, I mean, I have taken myself out, haven't I? I've taken
You have.
myself out. To be honest, I'm not around London anymore, and I live by my beach. I'm really happy there, so you're not really going to see me too much.
No, I'll have to come down to you, man. Don't worry.
Yeah, I
John.
mean, that's what everybody says.
Haven't I been down there yet, Shaun?
Who has?
Oh, shame. Sorry about that, mate. I'll get round
One
to
or
it.
two people have been.
I'll come down and check you, man. Do you know what I mean?
One or two.
Do you know what I mean? I'll bring some desiccated coconuts, some
Oh, by the way,
cocoa butter.
you know what I was using yesterday, which I think is my last bag,
We're talking about seasoning, aren't we?
was the jerk seasoning.
Right, fine. Okay, fine.
I think I've already run out of allspice.
All right, I'll sort you out, mate. Just
So,
right.
is it round here?
No, but I'll send you a care package. Don't worry about that, man.
Thank you.
But listen, welcome to 45 Shaun Parkes.
Thank you. Woo! Do
you
you
feel?
have a button where they clap and stuff?
I do, but I can overdub that if
I'll
you
go
want.
and do that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
So listen,
one night only. Yeah.
one night only. Oh, come on, man. I might have to bring you back because we're going to cover a lot, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
And it won't be enough time.
Part one?
Part one, maybe, yeah.
You heard it, listeners. He's going to come back, all right? I don't know what time, what o'clock, when, but he's going to come back and do this.
No, I'll come back. There may be a few more grey hairs, but no, I'll come back because we got some music to get through. I was saying we could do a whole one. We could just do a whole one.
We can.
Well, we do one every other week anyway.
Yeah, I know, we do catch
We
up.
do our own podcast every other week.
We do.
We play
we
the
do.
characters.
We
do
do.
the thing. We even have our own music sessions sometimes, don't we?
We have differences of opinion, not music. We're always battling each other because we just keep it up like that.
What about this one? What about this one? Do you remember this one? What about this one?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, what about that one?
Well, things haven't changed because
No.
let's take it back to Keston Road. Keston Road's in Dulwich, just on the border to Peckham.
Circa
1970.
1970.
Something.
8, 9.
Yeah. Is when I used to come around and spend summers down at your place with mum and dad, and it was just amazing. So me, my sister, and you, we just. This is why I think you and I got on as well. We're both rebels in terms of what our families were expecting us to do. Not in a bad way, but we would watch TV and we would just know all the adverts. I mean, like anally know all the adverts, all the TV themes, and you, burgeoning actor, we didn't know this at the time, would reenact Sesame Street scenes. 3 custard pancakes.
Yeah, we had a raucous time. I mean, kids have raucous times, don't they? They do. You know, just like just out of the blue, like just crazy, like just screaming, shouting, just like no holds barred kind of thing. And yes, my mum was the voice of well, she was our jailer.
No, she was.
I mean, you know. When he wasn't a voice so much as she was.
Yeah.
Be quiet.
Yeah.
What is Shaun? Sit down.
Shaun, you're so extra.
You're so extra. What's wrong with you?
And me and my sister used to put on these angelic faces, and you never got caught there.
No, it was never your fault. It was never you
Sorry,
guys'
man.
fault.
Sorry about
no,
that.
because it's not in my house. It was never you. It could never be your fault in my house. It was always my fault.
I love Auntie Janet, man. Do you know what I mean? She's the best, man. I mean,
No,
your mum's great. Your mum's great.
She's great. She's very real, very strong woman, and I'm very much, half and half. Half my dad and half my mum. When I'm being a certain way, I'm being my dad. But when I'm being another way, I am 100%. I now recognise when I'm being my mum.
Yeah. But your mum's the actress in the family in terms of, you know, how she gesticulates, her voice is, how she can tell a story. I think
She
that's where you
tells
get it from.
story. That's where I get it from. I know, and it did take me a while to realise that, but yeah, it's my mum. My mum is where I get it all from. She's the one who tells the stories. She's the one who plays all the characters, and she's the one that she doesn't just say, "Well, I said to him, oh, why don't you just bugger off?" You know, she didn't.
Yeah.
She doesn't say that. She does the whole thing.
accent.
She does the whole accent. She does the whole. I told him. I said, "Why did you just?"
But you know what I get from your mum? I think both of us get this from your mum is when we'd go shopping, she would talk to the butcher, she'd talk to everybody, she'd engage everybody. She taught me she actually gave me a good insight into just reaching into society and talking and, you know, engaging people. And as much as society at that time with racism that was so bad, she reached into everybody and talked to a lot of people when we used to go shopping down Shimmick Road. And it gave me a bit of confidence to just try it and engage people and find out, you know, not that people are not so bad, but she was just out there.
Yeah, she definitely was, and she definitely spoke her truth, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
When it came to those types of things, when it came to kind of like speaking her truth, she has and never has had any fear. She might have fear when it comes to do like different other things and whatever else, and what. But when it comes to speaking her truth, no one scares her. No one.
Yeah.
No one on this whole planet.
How would you describe your dad? Rest in peace, Uncle Errol. I'll tell you what I think. I mean, your dad's a performer. He's an entrepreneur. Back in those days, an entrepreneur running his business. Props to Dad for that, because I'm not sure how many entrepreneurs were out there those days. You know, post-ring rush, all that sort of thing. So props to him for that. But also, he was also a performer. He could sing, and he used to sing all the time. We're in the house as well, and I used to get a lot of musical vibes from him playing and stuff like that. So I think it's both half and half, because I think in terms of performative, I think, did you get aside from your dad? I might be wrong there. Where do you think it came from?
Yeah, I think there's a lot going on in our DNA, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, he was a singer in Manchester in the clubs and that, and
I didn't know that.
Yeah, He was a singer in clubs in Manchester. He'd made a couple of records, as you know.
Yep.
Not when we were older, but back in the day.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So people had said, you should be a singer. You know, everybody who heard him sing said, listen, you could be.
Yeah.
But like a lot of people in my life that I've known, when it comes to the crunch, they didn't want to be famous.
Yeah.
And he was like, I could do that, but I just didn't like that limelight.
Yeah.
That limelight at that time just didn't seem like, possibly very much like me in the like social media and stuff. But he definitely wanted to stay away from it. It was a thing he just thought, nah. I do like it. I love it. It's my passion, singing, and I love writing songs and I love singing. But that aspect of it, I don't like.
Yeah.
But then he chased that dream pretty much for the rest of his life. Then, you know, in terms of singing and getting bands together and getting the dude from Boney M. You know what I mean? You remember that? You know, the guitarist.
You know what? That's coming back again now. You know, I forgot about that excitement. So in terms of so what made you fearless? What made you decide to pursue acting? Because I
realised no one else knew what they were talking about.
What do you mean?
Well, I grew up thinking everybody's smarter than me, and then I thought, no, you're not. So then I became less fearless.
Okay, but at what age did you discover that? 'Cause it took me a while to discover people, the power of going for what you know, the power of following your passion. But you seem to know it great because all I know is that, you know, we were hanging out in the 70s. You moved to Forest Hill, I moved to Peckham. And next minute, you're in RADA. And next minute, I come to see you doing your end of school shows and all that sort of stuff. What made you just pursue that and know what you wanted at that time at such an early age?
Well, I was never an intellectual. I don't even know if that's the right word to use. So, you know.
Academic?
Yeah, but let's put it like this. Fortunately for me, we had parents, well, you know, I didn't have to be a lawyer.
Right, yeah.
I didn't have to be a dentist. I didn't have to, if you don't pass your exams, I didn't have that. You know? But I equally didn't have, if you pass your exams, you'll get a car. I didn't have that either. If you pass your exams, I'll pay for the first 2 years of your... No. Yeah. Really? Yeah. You get an A and a... But I didn't have any of that either. But I equally didn't have any pressure. Yeah. So I followed my nose. And fortunately for me, because it's been about, everything is about having a laugh. Yeah. Not necessarily so much these days. I've almost forgotten how to have a laugh. But for most of my time growing up, it was about having a laugh, even down to like jumping on the sofa and, you know, at 7 years old, running away from Jaws. You know, it's like, no, you're Jaws this time. No, I don't want to be Jaws. You're Jaws, man.
Do you remember that running behind the sofa? Anyway,
And on all of that, it was all about having a laugh. So I found the people who made me laugh, and for whom maybe I made them laugh or whatever else. We were buoyant together. And there was nothing more. And obviously we like to express ourselves, even if that's just shouting and whatever else. And I also think, and here's a little nub for you on a psychology tip, because obviously, you know, we go there. I also think the want and need to be heard, sometimes in a West Indian family, the want and need to express oneself without reproach, without anyone having a problem with that, I think was high.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And I don't know that we always necessarily got to do that in that era of the 70s. It was shut up. Yeah. Speaking when you're spoken to, and not, it's like hanging around the Queen.
But you're right. We both came from fairly strict families, but would you say that we were? Well, I'll say it, that we were not outcasts. We were sort of not wild children, but we didn't stick to the rules. We
listen. I've been told. My mum had been told I'm hyperactive by the doctor.
Really?
Yeah. Doctor told her he's hyperactive. No, like no joke. So that's why at 4 years old, she was sending me to, classes and stuff.
Yeah.
Like no joke. She like at 4 years old. I remember one doctor saying he's hyperactive. Right. But yes, carry on your question. Because
no, I was saying, what made you decide that acting's for me, and you managed to?
I just followed my nose.
I hear you.
And what does that mean?
No, I do.
But for this lot listening, what does that mean? What it means is, after school, at 16, they say, right, Shaun, you can go to college. Oh, yeah? Yeah. You can go and redo English and redo maths and redo everything that you failed. Right. Or you can do drama. Oh, what do you mean there's a lesson? Yeah. What, at college? Yeah. Right, so I can either go and do geography and science and physics, yeah, or I do drama, yeah. Oh, I'll do drama then. Nice. And then at the end of that college, at the end of 18 years old, they go, right, Shaun, yeah, you can go to university, right? Right, okay, go on, okay. And you can do like your A-level this, that, the other, and it was the same thing. Or you can go to drama college. What do you mean drama college? Drama college. Right, what's that then? Well, it's a place where you go and learn how to act for 3 years. And really? Yeah. What? There's an actual like a college where you could, like a whole college is the only thing the college does. Yeah, it's the only thing they do. Well, I'll do that then. So that's how it happened. I literally followed my nose. There was no.
But in terms of quality, to get into RADA, that's a big deal. I remember because this is all pre-mobile phones and everything like that. When there's black people on television, people used to have a telephone call about it, my mum and your mum, etc., etc. But you getting into RADA was a big effing deal.
For me, it was, yeah. For me, it was.
For all of us.
At that time, they were obviously needed to meet their quota. So I was in there. So I got in.
Don't try it.
But that said,
try it.
I'm not being,
No, I mean, come on.
I was lucky. It was a lot of luck.
No, don't try it. You're a good actor, man.
But that said, listen, who's a good actor at 18? But the thing about it is that they see potential. That's what they do at these some of these drama colleges. You're not there because you're good. I mean, this is what's so great about RADA. The first day you go there and they say to you, so listen, you're all here and well done. You all get into RADA, yeah, and well done, you're here. You're here because you need to be here, though, don't you? Because there were other people that we saw that were basically better than you, and we didn't think they needed training. The reason why you're here is because we see your potential, but you do need training.
Was that to take the ego out of you, or was that
Yeah, okay. I mean, as it turns out, but when you're 18 and it's a big thing and it's like stars in your eyes and like, I'm a RADA, they do that thing of not quite pulling the rug from under you, but they do that thing of like making sure nah, mate, no, you're going to have to, was that line in Fame?
What, Fame cast?
Yeah, exactly.
Debbie Carter with her legs open.
Debbie Carter with her legs open. That speech. Anyway, go back and listen to that. I can't quite remember what she said, but it's that one.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, okay, all right. It's not quite the
so that
run I thought it was going to be.
That at RADA, that's where you met Andy Lincoln. This is Andy Lincoln from the what's that zombie show he's in? Andy Lincoln from
The Walking Dead.
There we go. Sorry. And you two are great buddies. There's a great relationship there.
I've known him since he was 17.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And a lot of them, to be honest, we don't even really see each other as on TV, where we don't really have that relationship. We don't care. We don't really care. We're the only ones in our lives probably who really don't care what you're in. So
what's your relationship with Fame then and now, in terms of, did it scare you? Did you want it? Or was it just about you expressing yourself? Because that changes over, when you get older.
It was never about fame. I can't tell you, and I will repeat this. It was never about fame. It was about following my nose, literally, because I wasn't an intellect, and I wasn't like I didn't have that thing of you must do and you better, and being real. You might not have been expected to do anything really at that age and at that stage in this country. You weren't really expected to succeed. Yeah. What do you mean succeed? At what? Like manager at McDonald's. I mean, what succeed? I don't get it. Yeah. When I was that age, when I was like 16, it was as an actor, people were going, "Oh, you're going to be the next Lenny Henry," and you'd be like, "Well, no, because Lenny Henry's a comedian." But people didn't. There was no one else to look at. You had no names. There was no like, oh, I want his career. There was no like, oh yeah.
So they didn't. You weren't made. I can relate to this. There's no individuality for you. You were just the only black person they could reference. That was in the media.
Yeah, that's what it was. And to be honest, it weren't wrong because there was no one else. You didn't know no one else's names. You didn't. No one else had been highlighted enough for people to know their names. So. I got it. We get it. To this day, I get it.
So when did it become a passion for you, I suppose? Yes, you were trained. Yes, you got into RADA. I'm sure it was on merit. When did it become a passion for you that you enjoy?
So it was a passion up until it became a job.
Ooh.
Yeah. Because I've been doing it since I was 4.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? What that means is you did it because you loved it, because it weren't a job. You did it because it was like, yeah, I like this. I could just be who I want to be and whatever else. And and then you learn a lot about yourself. You learn a lot about people. You learn a lot about learning lines, studying people and whatever else and blah, blah, blah. And it's a passion when you're going to Edinburgh Fringe at 16 years old, or you're doing the Croydon Warehouse at 70, or you're doing whatever else. That's when it's a passion. Mm-hmm. And then you go to drama college and it's kind of still a passion. And then you come out of drama college and you realize, oh, this is me, isn't it? Like 26, before 26 years old, when people went, oh, what do you do? I'd be like, what?
Yeah.
You're an actor? Yeah. But because where I grew up, you tell people you're an actor, they're like, oh, God, no, I want a real man. I want a real man. Oh, you're an actor, are you? Yeah. Oh, God, yeah, I want a real man. I want a plumber. Right? I'm not even joking. I've had that. That. Yeah, I've had that. I've had like, oh, you're an actor. Who, like for real. So it was a passion. And then I remember at 26 years old, I was like, I can't treat this like I don't care anymore. Like it's a hobby, because it was a hobby. And I took my hobby from that to training in my hobby that was already a hobby for 5 years, like 2 years at Celtec, the Southeast London
Celtec,
right?
I forgot about that.
Celtec, at New Cross and Lewisham, edges of Lewisham and New Cross, and then for 3 years went to RADA, so that's 5 years in all, and I left there at 21. So by 26, which is 5 years deep, it's like, I can't treat this. I can't walk around like...
You must have known that you were good. You must have known, because I know you knew that, because you
No, it was always a surprise when I got a job. Yeah.
So when did you stop being surprised or know that you had inherent talent, or so you were in a position to turn down roles, or for you to know where you are? When
Last year.
What?
I mean, sorry.
That's good.
No, it's you never know that, and it's fluid, and things are changing. You might get a year where that person is the network chief of that place, of that spot, of that network, or that person is the artistic director of that theatre. Or that person is the casting director for blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. And at that time, that year, those things come together. Those people know you, and everybody's singing from the same hymn sheet, and you get a job, and
the moons align. Everything,
everything aligns. But then 1 year later, that person's left, and the person who comes in has no idea who you are. And then
that's volatile, man.
It's fluid. I mean, as I say, they don't stay the same.
Yeah. No.
And in this new world as well, it's very easy to forget who people are. Very easy to forget, because there's new stuff.
Same with DJing and music. Yep.
Same with So
Well, anyway, music time momentarily. Let's do a bit of music. Your first tune. This tune's called Pluto. No, this tune's called. I'm so stupid. This tune's called Dat by Pluto Sherrington. Put my teeth in, Ned.
Let's see if you know what it's about.
Rasta Ozzy from up the hill decide to check on him grocery bill. And when him add up the things him need, the tune done when him save fi buy little weed. Him hand pan him jaw, Lord. Read him eye and just meditate. The time is so hard, Lord. I man nothing but immigrate and make make up my mind, Lord. I might as well go against Simon Fate. So I forward the market. I sight the butcher boy by the gate.
You want what?
No, I might a kill like queen.
Try beef now.
I no check for no grass where green.
What about fowl?
Watch I know it's time for a change.
Me have fish.
Got children out of that range.
How about the steak?
Watch I know you no sight the rate.
Try the tripe now.
Burn me belly when I pull me pipe.
Alright, hold the pork.
Hush your mouth by me brethren here. Sell I a pound of that thing there. Then the butcher pull up a stool. Begin to question as he how him so fool. What kind of something cookie in a pot? From him born him never did hear about that. Well, watch I know master. Give I time make I try explain. It's just like a film show. We protect the humble, we change the name. I would have feel so cute to come in and ask for some anal fat. I feel safer if we change the subject and call it that.
You want what?
No, I might a kill like queen.
Tell the beef then.
I no check for no grass or green.
What about fowl?
Watch I know it's time for a change.
Take fish then.
Got children out of that room.
Me have good steak, you know.
Watch I know you no sight the rate.
Tell the tripe then.
Burn me belly when I pull me pipe.
First on the pork then.
Hush your mouth, mind me brethren here. Sell I a pound of that thing there. As they pay off the butcher bill, take the parcel and trod up the hill. Like a spy to you think you meet Rasta Jeremiah from down the street. Guidance me brethren is why you're having a that day bag. Him kinda get frightened and begin to hide it beneath him rag. That man no fi hide, lad. Make we go on me yard and take a sat. Meanwhile light a fire, and we help you eat off the pound of that.
Me have a steal, you know.
No, I might a kill like queen.
You want couch at
I no deal with no grass or green.
Hold the fowl then.
Watch I know it's time for a change.
Eat fish,
Got
Jack.
children out of that range.
The steak good, you know.
Watch I know you no sight the rate.
Then hold the tripe
Burn
now.
me belly when I pull me pipe.
Well, take the pork,
Hush your
man.
mouth, my me brethren here. Sell I a pound of that thing there.
And a ram goat, you
No,
know.
I might a kill like queen.
Take the beef now,
I no
man.
deal with no grass or green.
Sure, hold fowl.
Watch I know it's time for a change.
Then buy the fish
Got
now, man.
children out of that range.
Take the steak,
Watch I
Jack.
know you no sight the rate.
One man to the tripe
Burn
now.
me belly when I pull me pipe.
Take the pork,
Hush your
man.
mouth, my me brethren here. Sell I a pound of
So this song gives me joke. First of all, Pluto,
Sell I a pound of that thing there.
I think he was referring to the herbs, them.
He is, yes, time.
Just a time, yes.
Yes,
And,
which is a West
yes.
Indian,
Yes.
you know,
That's prevalent.
Prevalent.
Yes.
Oi, oi,
Oi. Sorry, so that's my DJ skills just going slightly awry. That wine is just mashing me up. That reminds me of your dad, number one first. Number two, Pluto is a dope storyteller. He had a bigger hit called Your Honor. I was inside the closet, but his flow, like if you listen to his flow and how he does that, it's like he's rapping, but he's singing at the same time. It's a very sort of hybrid. It's like he's chatting and he's MCing, but he's also singing at the same time. Wicked flow.
Well, exactly, but it's all of that, and he's talking to the man. And that's what the best ones did. They talk to you, man.
Yeah, but what he
It
does
hits
is
you.
what I like. And I
It's an actual conversation.
that's why you like it as well, because it reminds me of when you can speak two different characters in one conversation and describe it, as you did already on this podcast. That reminds me of you as well, how you could pick up two accents, describe them in one monologue. Very, very clever.
Yeah. I mean that song, like quite simply, is my childhood. You know, it's one of the songs on my dad's tapes. Yeah, we always remember the tapes back in the day.
Oh, yeah, we're going to get into that just now.
And so yeah, that song, it's everything. You're right. It's absolutely that. It's the fact that someone's got a funny voice on a song, which you didn't really hear that much.
Yeah.
You know, and someone's becoming quite frustrated on a song. Try to all the beef, the man.
No, it's the tripe.
all the tribe number one.
The tripe.
You know, and whatever he's like, sell like a pound at that thing there. Where you have it?
A pound, you know. He's going in.
He's going in. Yeah.
He's going in. What I like about that song as well is, I mean, I didn't like it at the time because I was oversaturated with reggae so much. I was such a rebel. I was like, oh, it's my mum and dad's music, and I wanted something different. And I'll tell you about my relationship with that and hip hop later on. But latterly now, the cleverness of the songwriting and the lyrics and how he flowed on there, listening back to it now, it's like incredible.
Yeah, it's like someone said, "Oh, I've got an idea," and then the music played, and then he did that. You know, it's very simple, and this is the thing about music as well. This is the thing about, you know, what now is drill or whatever. You know, all the way back there. You know, if you want to talk about soca, it was about telling stories.
Yeah.
It was about telling stories about what happened that day or yesterday.
Do you think that songs like that may have affected you in terms of storytelling, acting, reenacting, stuff like that? Do you think that had a subtle impact on you, or you just followed your nose, as you say?
I think I recognized that there's an art to getting your point across. Because I am very, 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 very well aware of people who get frustrated and can't get their point across and try every which way but loose to, and all that comes across is the wrong. Their truth is betrayed by other stuff. Anger, frustration. I don't know, the non-ability to communicate. I think that's what I had growing up. So the need to communicate, the need to be understood, was probably paramount. It's got absolutely nothing to do with showbiz or wanting to be an actor. It's probably to do with the need. And if I was WhatsApping you, that would be spelt in capitals, as you know.
Of course.
I understand.
But you know what this song reminds me of as well? It's so to jump in there. Your dad had the estate car, that brown Volvo.
Yeah, the yellow Volvo.
The yellow Volvo. And he would play these tunes in there and go to cricket.
Yeah, that's right.
My dad was, rest in peace as well, as ex-semi-pro cricketer. And that generation of West Indian people, you know, cricket was a really a good place for everybody to congregate through sport again, and we could own that untroubled, I think, you know, because cricket was something that maybe in terms of Englishness, and maybe it was a gelling and the bond of way of getting societies together. That was a really good fertile place, for black people to express themselves and socialise safely without reproach. And I think cricket, because it was a tolerable activity to do, in terms of society-wise, cricket's quite a gentlemanly sport, etc.
And it was a worldwide kind of accepted sport as well. You know, everybody's got their team. Yeah. And actually, you know, brown people have teams that are quite respected around the world.
Yes, actually. Yes.
So you did feel like you
were... Come on, though.
Were
tearing it up them days.
Oh, they were. It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing for... It was embarrassing. It really was. But like that's when, you know, and then Ian Botham turned up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And gave this lot a bit of pride. But the long and the short of it is that you're right. It reminds me of those times. I've heard this song 1,000 times before I was, you know, 15. You know, literally, because it's the same three tapes in the car, from car to car to car to car. So it's the same three tapes.
I used to love that Volvo.
They just go round robin. So for sure. So that was one of them ones. That was one of those songs. And I always remember it was the flavour of my childhood, but it was the flavour of me. You know, you're in this country, you don't know who you are, you don't quite belong over there in the West Indies, because if you go over there, they'll let you know that you don't quite belong. And then you're over here, and then it's like, do I belong? You got no real history here. And so, any link.
Yeah. But it also reminds me of Saturday, your mum cooking Saturday soup.
Yeah, which I hated. Oh. I can't stand soup.
You don't like the hard food?
No, no. Soup.
Okay, what is it? I love it. It just wipe you out. It's just too much, too many carbs. It's just like boulders of yam and plantain and starch.
First of all, no. It's if you want to put fish in a soup, no. And if you want to put oxtail soup, no. Pig trotter, no.
Listeners, Shaun's a vegetarian. Carry on.
I wasn't always a vegetarian. No, but back then, probably that's what turned me vegetarian. But to be honest with you, yeah, I don't want oxtail. I don't want pig's trotters. I don't want offal.
Ew.
I don't want that in a soup. And that's what it's not hard food. It's offal. That's what
it's awful.
It's awful. So yeah, I've never liked. I never liked. Give me a lovely tomato soup. You made me a soup.
Oh,
you made me a soup.
Oh, you're feeling it. Yeah,
you remember I was feeling it.
You were skeptical at the beginning. You didn't think I was going to remix.
I don't like soup.
You lie.
That's the point. And then I get to yours. You're like, so I've made you a soup. I weren't going to say anything. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
But I don't think you knew that I absolutely hate soup.
So
Can't stand it.
The sweet potato and butternut squash. Oh no, it wasn't.
Yeah. I think it was.
With a little bit of split pea, yellow split pea in there as well.
But then it was like, oh dear me. Oh, Pierre, what have you done? Can I take some of this home? Why? I tell you what, man. Yeah.
Why are you doing a pigsy from Monkey?
From Monkey, yeah.
Yeah, why are you doing that face? You used to love that.
Maybe that's one of the tunes I should have had. Mountain on the mountain top. Monkey is donkey the stop. He knew every magic that was under the sun.
What?
He's around it. Monkey magic.
Doing.
Monkey magic.
Doing.
Monkey magic. Monkey magic.
You know about that?
And no one knows about Monkey.
Did we just sing the theme tune to
Monkey Magic? Yeah, and no one's gonna know. No one's gonna know.
All right, let's go to another song that's actually published rather than us trying to do some acapella business.
Are we gonna have to deal with copyright?
No, I don't think Shazam will pick it up.
Heaven help the child who never had a home. Heaven help the girl who walks the streets alone. Heaven help the roses if the bombs begin to fall. Heaven help us all. Heaven help the black man if he struggles one more day. Heaven help the white man if he turns back away. Heaven help the man who kicks the man who has to crawl. Heaven help us all. Heaven help us all. Heaven help us all. Help us all. Heaven help us, Lord, hear our call. When we Heaven help the boy who won't reach 21. Heaven help the man who gave that boy a gun. Heaven help the people with their backs against the wall. Lord, heaven help us all. Heaven help us. Oh, yeah. Oh, all right. Oh, help us all, Lord. Oh, help us all. Lord, hear our call. With thee, help us all. Now lay me down before I go to sleep. In a troubled world, I pray the Lord to keep. from the mighty, and the mighty from the small. Heaven help us all.
Tune upon tune. That's Heaven Help Us All by Stevie Wonder.
Oh, that still makes me cry.
Yeah, that's a tune and a half, man. Talk to me about that one, man.
Well, the first time I heard it made me cry.
Fair enough. Got you.
You know where in life, sometimes in life you hear a song and, yeah.
Totally.
There's so many layers that are actually quite obvious to do with that song and to do with where do we start. Let's start at the normal, nice version of, the idea. Here we have a black man who is blind. He can play all these instruments.
Yep.
He's a prodigy. He started when he was young. He just quite obviously loves what he does. Yeah. He loves playing music. He loves writing songs. And Stevie Wonder, the reason why I picked that song was that was one of the songs that I remember I started to actually listen to lyrics. Yeah. Because I love, her name is Rio and she dances. I love that. I love it. Right? I love Star Trekking across the universe, boldly going forward because we can't ride with us, right? I love that stuff. I love what else? What are we talking about here? Don't you forget about me. Yeah. Even dong 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 dong. Got you. Right. No, but I love all of that. I'm trying to go early as well.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of songs that I remember. You know what I mean? Duran, whatever else.
Yeah.
Love them. And then I'm listening to a couple Stevie Wonder songs, and I'm like, what did he just say?
Yeah.
What did he just say? And then very much there's a lyric. Let's say a lyric like, it's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. Yeah. The very first time I heard that lyric, I thought, yeah.
Melly Mel, one of my favourite rappers.
And still to this day, that lyric is very much with me. So the first time I heard Heaven Help Us All and certain songs I could go on, there's quite a few of Stevie Wonder's tunes. The point being, that's when I kind of learned home, like my Scooby turned up my home. You know what I mean?
Your Scooby sense.
My Scooby sense turned up, yeah. And I was, and I kind of followed that trail of, but he just said something there. And I know certain people have said some stuff, before, quite obviously. But sometimes it just takes one artist, doesn't it? For someone, it's that. For someone else, it's that person over there.
It's interesting because I was the complete opposite. I got into lyrics later on because I was just so music is just such encapsulating for me. For example, that's on the drums and the key change. It was just I love Stevie Wonder's voice, I love his lyrics and stuff. But the music for me, it just came through. I just go straight to the instrumentation first, and then the lyrics come afterwards, and I've got a second relationship with the song. So for that song, the drums on it and the key change and the backing vocals as well as Stevie Wonder's just there, and how that was put together and mixed. Whew, and the drums are paramount and big. They're not hiding behind it. Because when songs were mixed those days as well, the drums weren't hiding in the mix. They weren't ashamed. The rhythm was so important, overtly important.
Well, this is the other thing I find about music then, back in the day. You go to see Jimi Hendrix because of how he plays that guitar.
Right.
You want to see the special. Even my girl, what's it?
Give me a clue.
She plays the cello. Played the cello back in the day. Very, very famous cellist.
Oh, Jacqueline Dupree.
Jacqueline Dupree. Just watch. And that's when you'll think, oh, that's when you watch someone married to you know, as this reactor said in America, just tattooed to the thing. She's tattooed. That's what you call being tattooed to it. You know what I mean? You can't get no closer, and you can't get deeper. It's like that's it. You can't separate them.
Yeah.
So
So talk to me about the track then. So
yeah.
It doesn't have to be a fabulous story, but what is it for you about that track? Was it inspiring? Obviously, we've got our church background. As much as we like it or love it, it affects us, right? That hardcore church upbringing affects us. So I don't like gospel music anyway, but it gets you, doesn't it? It gets you. You can't deny it.
Well, this is the thing again about like it's not hard really after a while to understand someone like to understand us.
Yeah.
After a while,
yeah.
Because once you realise the need to express, the need to feel understood, however that comes out, and the want to understand, the need to understand, you know, others around you. Yeah. Once you understand that that's actually a bit of a guiding light for us, that you'll understand our choices. Really, it's not really rocket science. It makes complete sense. So a song like that, where someone is communicating a prayer in a way, it's a prayer. You're right. You're absolutely right. Maybe I hadn't. Heaven help us all. It's like, what else is it, Shaun? Of course, it's a prayer. You know. But and now I think about it. Yeah, maybe one of the other songs I've got is similar thing. But you know what I mean. Now I think about it. But that said, it's a prayer. It's a arms open wide, looking at the sky, saying please help, because this don't look good.
But did you have that relationship with that song back in the day, or is it something that your relationship's changed with the song through age and maturity and experience?
Well, yeah, because the fact of the matter is it was a raw reaction when I first heard that song. Now my brain has got a hold of it, and that's not always a good thing. But the very first time I listened to it was the real deal. Now when I listen to it, I know everything about it, which is fine.
Can I challenge you on that one? When you say you know everything about it, do you mean by...
Yeah.
Because I find that as you get older...
You can never hear a song for the first time.
Again. But you can relate to it differently as you get older based on the experiences. Like, oh, that's what you meant, or that's how I feel. That's what that song makes me feel, unique.
The song has never made me more in awe of it as I've got older.
No, but have you found different messages in it, or have you found anything? Right,
it's very clear. It's a prayer.
Yeah.
Heaven help the boy that won't reach 21. Oh, yeah. Heaven help the man that gave that boy a gun. I mean, there's nothing to, you know.
Yeah.
But it's very powerful, you know. Keep hatred from the mighty, and the mighty from the small.
But you see, I can give you an example. For me, Heaven help the boy that will reach 21. I remember when I listened to that when I was younger, I'd be like, oh, 21's ages ago. Oh, that's sad. 21, that's a grown up thing. But when my friends die and they get stabbed or they get acid thrown in their face, or they get shot.
That's when you realize.
That's when you realize.
Yeah. Okay, so on those levels, of course.
That's a new relationship we've got with that. Is that what you meant? Well, I'm lucky to be here. I passed that 21 age.
Dude, you were finding dead bodies. I know. In Peckham, on the Peckham Estates. You were finding dead bodies at what age?
Early o'clock, man.
Early. Right? I remember when Mum said, oh, Pierre found a dead body. What?
Yeah. You know what? It's very interesting. There's a little side story. It was interesting. Like, I was the only witness to that, and I won't go into too much detail. But the trial was at the Old Bailey, and it was like I was on trial. Like I'm a witness. It was like I was on trial, and the opening questions were, "Do you hate the police? What was your relationship with the police when you were young? And as a black man, what do you think of the institutions and the police?" And then they went through my eyesight and everything like that. It's really, really scary. That's the first time I've been innocent but felt like I was on trial. Does that make sense? I was like, hold on. I was like, hang on, wait a minute. And what's interesting as well is I don't know if this is going to keep or whatever, but we got no police protection. They wouldn't come. The police wouldn't come to the estate to protect. Usually, you get witness protection. They wouldn't. This is how bad our estate was. The police wouldn't come to protect me from the assailant because, for obvious reasons. Do you know how mad that is?
Yeah, but is it mad? I mean, of course, of course, it's mad. But dude, you couldn't grow up. You couldn't grow up at that time and think any different.
You did well to get into RADA. You're a good actor. Give yourself a pat on the back. I know you're quite modest and self-deprecating occasionally in a good way. But listen, props to you for doing what you did. You're an inspiration to me, many other people. And you, even though I was DJing and finding my way, I think knowing somebody in the family who's a fellow rebel and was finding a way, it actually gave me strength and guidance and perseverance to pursue my dreams. Because in a way, even though you're slightly younger than me, you're ahead because you actually went to a college in relation to something that you wanted to do. I was just finding my way through DJing, through survival, as well as loving music, and then making it pay and make it work when I knew I was enjoying it and it was working. So, and you've inspired a lot of people as well. So you have to take that on the chin. Sorry.
I mean, you get
take your licks.
You get it where you can, can't you? Because I go to Forest Hill Boys, which is a comprehensive Southeast London boys' school, and I see my first stabbing at 11 years old in the first week at school, like proper two boys absolutely going for it.
Stanley knife.
Like Stanley knife, exactly. And at that point, I don't know if anyone's seen that film Ned's. We've talked about this. All right, non-educated delinquents. Scottish. For anyone who's seen that film, the very beginning of the film, when the kid realizes what's going to happen. So he's at a birthday party, he's at pie for finishing school or something like that. And then, there's candles on cakes. And then one of the big boys turns up and says, yeah, you're going to that big school, aren't you? Yeah, you're going to the big, I'm going to murder you. That's it. You're dead. Mm-mm. You're dead. You have no idea what's about to happen to you. Yeah. And this kid's like 11 years old and he doesn't know what the hell's going on. Yeah. Well, we had that kind of, that's what we had, right? Yeah. In a way, it was like, oh yeah, no, this ain't no play. People you can die.
It's not a puppy show.
Oh yeah, no. You can see your own blood at any point if you say the wrong thing to the wrong person, definitely. And that's when you find those things out. It's crazy. Yeah. So,
was acting subconsciously or consciously, and not escape through it, but did you? I find that following your dreams and following your passion and realizing your potential. If you really follow it, it can keep you out of a lot of trouble and keep you focused. Right.
So there you go. So the reason for me to kind of like bang on about that just now was when you find a niche, you see, no one bothered me in school. No one. I never got, no one bothered me. I hated school, but I actually had a great time. I mean, do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
I kind of just I played my penny up during lessons. I hardly went to lessons in the first school, and then in the second school was okay.
Yeah.
But I had some drama teachers, which were great in the second school. But if I was allowed to just be me, wherever I was allowed to just be me, was where I was about that.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I was in a country where it was possible that you could go to a college. And they could take you in to a place like RADA. I had Sue and Mike, Sue Earle, Mike Miller, were my drama teachers at Edenham back in the day, Croydon. And they were the teachers. I had those teachers
did they push you?
That people wish they had, and some people do know that they had. Yeah. I had the teachers who said, yes, you can, to me, as an individual.
Nice.
And not only did they say, yes, you can, they actually guided me. They got application forms for me for Celtec, Southeast London College. They helped me fill them out, and then I had to audition for that. They helped me with the role. They helped me learn the lines and whatever else. Yeah. And then I got into that college, and then as I've already said, then it was about going to drama college, and I got in using the same blueprint. But the long and short of it is, it was Mike and Sue who were essentially at the beginning at 16 years, at 13 years old, saying, you could do this. Yeah. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah. And they were like, no, dude, you could do this. And I'm like, yeah, but how? And they were the ones who said that, there's colleges you can go. God, what do you mean there's a college? What? They just does acting. Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
They were the ones who told me about that and guided me to there. I am lucky that There you go. There's the answer to your question, because I forgot about them. I've always known that they are it for me. They really are. I've always known that. That was the thing. That was the jumping in bit. Yeah. You know. That was the kind of like pushing you towards the school gates, you know, kind of thing. You know, that it was them doing that.
Yeah, they saw potential in you, which is great.
They saw potential, but then they acted on it and told me, and as kind of like rebels as they were, because trust me, they were within the school. They were rebels.
I like those teachers.
Yeah.
Peace to Ian Hobson, by the way. He's a good school teacher of mine. He was sarky. If we got there late or we bunked off, he'd say, "Good to see you today." But you know what? That reverse psychology actually made us want to attend, because he understood what we were doing while we were doing it. But we wanted to go to his class because he's actually really human.
What school was that?
Archbishop Michael Ramsey's not there anymore. It was a failed school, man. Come on. It was just...
What was the lesson? What was the lesson?
Maths. And I love maths. You know, I'm a geek. So I love maths. He made it interesting, and he used contextual examples just to teach us, and we learned. We picked it all up. So peace to Ian Hobson for that. Respect for that.
What was it you picked up? What was it he did that no one else did? Because how can you make maths? I'm sorry. How can you make maths sexy?
He would just use analogies that we're used to, rather than just multiplying a fraction or just doing matrices unnecessarily. He would create a scenario, which I can't remember now, that will make it relevant to us to say, like, for example, if you had this, and he wouldn't say, if you had 2 horses in the stable, what do we know about that? He would say something more relevant to where we're from, and I can't remember what it is now, and just make it more, you know, poignant and relevant for us to use it, and make it relevant to how it might be useful to where we might be close to, even if it's not now, in the future. So it wasn't patronising, but it was he's just clever.
He knew how to teach. He knew how to teach Southeast London peeps.
Yeah.
Basically, which you really did need to know.
I salute him. I salute him. Bless him.
At that stage and at that age.
Well, let's talk about a great influence in your life and why you're an actor of that. Your mum, and talk about Dear Mama by Tupac, which we're going to play next, and talk through that.
You all appreciate it. When I was young, me and my mama had beef, 17 years old, kicked out on the streets. Though back at the time, I never thought I'd see her face. Ain't a woman alive that could take my mama's place. Suspended from school, I'm scared to go home. I was a fool with the big boys, breaking all the rules. Shed tears with my baby sister. Over the years, we was poor than other little kids. And even though we had different daddies, the same drama when things went wrong, we blame mama. I reminisce on the stress I caused. It was hell, hugging on my mama from a jail cell. And who thinking elementary? Hey, I see the penitentiary one day. Running from the police, that's right. Mama catch me, put a whooping to my backside. And even as a crack fiend, mama, you always was the black queen, mama. I finally understand, for a woman it ain't easy trying to raise a man. You always was committed, a poor single mother on welfare. Tell me how you did it, there's no way I can pay you back. But the plan is to show you that I understand. You all appreciate it. Don't you know we love you, sweet dear mama. Place no one above you, sweet. You all appreciate it. Don't you know we love you? Now ain't nobody tell us it was fair. No love from my daddy, cause the coward wasn't there. He passed away and I didn't cry, cause my anger wouldn't let me feel for a stranger. They say I'm wrong and I'm heartless, but all along I was looking for a father, he was gone. I hung around with the thugs, and even though they sold drugs, they showed a young brother love. I moved out, started really hanging. I needed money of my own, so I started slanging. I ain't guilty, cause even though I sell rocks, it feels good putting money in your mailbox. I love paying rent when the rent's due. I hope you got the diamond necklace that I sent to you. Cause when I was low, you was there for me. You never left me alone because you cared for me. And I can see you coming home after work late. You're in the kitchen trying to fix us a hot plate. Just working with the scraps you was given. And mama made miracles every Thanksgiving. But now the road got rough, you're alone. You're trying to raise 2 bad kids on your own. And there's no way I can pay you back. But my plan is to show you that I understand. You all appreciate it.
Don't you know we love you, sweet
And dear mama,
place no one above you, sweet
you all appreciate it.
Don't you know we love you?
Pour out some liquor and I reminisce. Cause through the drama I can always depend on my mama. And when it seems that I'm hopeless, you say the words that can get me back in focus. When I was sick as a little kid, to keep me happy there's no limit to the things you did. And all my childhood memories are full of all the sweet things you did for me. And even though I act crazy, I gotta thank the Lord that you made me. There are no words that can express how I feel. You never kept a secret, always stayed real. And I appreciate how you raised me and all the extra love that you gave me. I wish I could take the pain away. If you can make it through the night, there's a brighter day. Everything will be alright if you hold on. It's a struggle every day, gotta roll on. And there's no way I can pay you back, but my plan is to show you that I understand. You all appreciate it.
Don't you know we love you, sweet
Dear mama,
place no one above you,
you all appreciate it.
Don't you know we love you, sweet
And dear mama, dear mama,
So that's Tupac, Dear Mama. Talk to us about this one and why this is important to you, or what relevance does it have to you?
Because essentially, well, where to start with Tupac? It's very hard. Tupac is my favorite artist of pretty much all time.
Woo, that's big.
Yeah, I've not listened to anyone more than Tupac.
Okay,
that's just a fact.
Yeah.
I haven't. I really haven't.
Okay,
and I can talk about Stevie Wonder all I want, and I can talk about everyone that I'm going to talk about all I want, and how many times we've heard, like, you know, Dat, and whatever else. I've heard them a lot, but I have not willingly. Dat, you see, Dat was like, you know, that was it was not. But yes, I didn't discover that.
Yeah.
I discovered Tupac.
Yeah.
Through a friend of mine, Terrence Maynard, who's an actor as well. But Tupac, where to start? Again, influences. What are you looking for when you're young? What do you need? What do you feel you need? What do you think you're missing? And when you feel that you're missing something, or you haven't had something, or whatever else, the long and the short of it is that when you see it, you know, it feels important to you. And Tupac was that person in my life that felt important to me. It felt important that there was a Tupac. Yeah. It felt important that I knew Tupac at this time. It was important that I understood his history, where he came from, the history of the Black Panther movement, what that was all about, and the idea that what we had was the next generation, maybe the last generation. You know, he always said he was one of a dying breed, but of activists, of people who speak truth, and want to realize positivity within a culture, understand the realness of what's happening today, but hope for a brighter tomorrow. And anyone who turns up looking for a brighter tomorrow, he'll do what he can to help. Do I think he was contentious? Yes. Do I think he was a bit of a hypocrite? Of course. Do I think that all the extra business was a bit too extra, and that's probably what got him killed? Well, he said that himself. Just watch his interviews. Do I think he was misunderstood? For sure. But equally, do I think there's been anyone like him in my lifetime? No. And do I think that this planet is better without him? or not, I think we already know what the answer is going to be to that question. So, like, what was it about this song specifically? So, again, where to start? But essentially, with all of that said, that guy, that guy could write this song. And I've found that if that guy can write this song, then I started looking at some of the people around me sideways.
Why?
Because again, when you're young, what are you looking for? What is it you need? And it's very individual, quite specifically. But what I saw was a hard man who was as rough and as tough as you want. I am the toughest, right? You know where I was going with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But couldn't express the real. And Tupac seemingly could express whatever on them levels, but he could also express the real raw, and he could write a song like Dear Mama. And I knew some hard people, but then all of a sudden they compared to Tupac, they were like, they didn't come close to like, and these were people that were fully respected. But then I listened to Tupac and I remember thinking, oh no, this is a real dude. Okay. And he didn't have a father, and he grew up on the streets, and it was difficult, and he was homeless at points, and he had the upbringing that you expect that someone in the streets would have, and whatever else. And he was rugged and raw, but I also know, like this, the pressure of social media right now, dude, that guy died in his mid-20s. Do you know how young he was?
But you see, this is why I think Tupac's fan base can be divided, or, you know, either you like him or you don't. Marmite job. And I'm not going to challenge your view and your enjoyment of him. I get all that. For me, it's a sad story because I see lots of people like him, where I grew up in the hood, multi-talented poets, you know, artists across the level, but they succumb to the basic problems again. You know, running up your mouth, getting involved with the wrong people, gangsters, and as talented as he is, I guess it's actually quite sad for me. To my impression, you know, he's got all those influences, Black Panther, but then he still fell at the same hurdle of running up your mouth and getting killed by another brother. And
he also called himself Black Jesus, and you have to work out. You really
he called himself that.
But I'm telling you, man, it's an art piece. Tupac is an art installation.
I think. Okay,
sorry, go on.
Yeah.
I'll let you. I'll shut up.
No. Very well marketed. He is an art installation, if you even look at it like that. But I also think he's also a disappointment because I saw lots of people, boys, men who've had the same story, multi-talented, almost got across the line, and even though he made it, quote unquote, he still couldn't leave out certain behaviours that got him drawn into it. So there's a film called Juice that he was in, and he started to live that character. So it's sad for me. It's more sad and frustrating.
Yeah, but he's an art installation. He knew he was.
Well, listen, let's bring it back on a spiritual vibe.
We never left.
Oh yeah, well,
get him back.
Yeah, let's bring it back on a spiritual vibe.
We went a bit gangster, but it was a song about his mum.
That's true. So I was like, yeah, that was nice. A bit cuddly.
Compromise.
Yeah, it's a bit cuddly.
Balance.
Yeah, well, we'll get back to the spiritual vibe with a track called Nobody Knows by Reverend T.L. Barrett.
refuse to take my hand.
So that was Nobody Knows by Reverend T.L. Barrett. Talk to me about that one. Go in,
Come
bro.
on. Where do we start? We grew up in church, yeah?
We did.
Yours was a very different church to mine. We grew up in a very Christian, kind of Orthodox kind of, the point being it was not Pentecostal.
Yeah.
There was no speaking in tongues.
No.
And
Nobody found the spirit and started doing jazz hands up and down the aisle.
no one found the spirit, as far as I could tell. They're still looking.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, the long and the short of it is
Google wasn't out there. You know what I mean? Pre-tech. Just saying. No maps.
No maps, man. You just have to feel it.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you not feel it? Oh, well, that's it. Well, that's
You
it.
know what I mean?
You know, it's like Haley's Comet. You don't know when it's coming back. So yeah, I mean, the point is that that was it. We grew up in the church. And this is about as kind of like, you see, what one thing I think I learned when I was a kid was, I think I've said this to you before, I had someone in my life who, whatever we might think about said subject matter, had faith.
Yeah.
Now, whether we agree or not, or what, whether it's contentious or not, to know someone who has faith is just different.
Yeah.
And
when we say faith, though, we're talking about faith in the biblical sense, the scripture sense, not faith outside of the biblical sense in terms of
for sure
having faith in the outside world. It's a bit contentious, but
for
having
sure.
faith
But as far as you know,
yes,
whether it turns out to be that or not, but as far as you know, that faith does curb their enthusiasm, meaning they won't, in varying ways, but meaning that they won't go down a certain path.
Yeah.
Because God says that's wrong.
Yeah.
So they'll try not to go down that path.
Yeah.
So to watch that in action, which we did,
yeah,
we watched someone have faith. Now, again, people talk a lot and they say how they feel,
yeah,
but do they feel what they say? And you've got a lot of people who say what they mean, but do they actually mean what they
So for
say?
you then, you know, in terms of that song, in terms of spirituality, you know, I'm not uber Christian, but that song can still move you. Just the mood, the songs, the melody, the spirit.
Where it moves me differently to just it's a great song is the understanding of a celebration in a song. The understanding of truly celebrating. I mean, you can have all things bright and wonderful. It's lovely. Do you know what I mean? Lovely. It is nice with the organ and that. Is something about it. But that tune, boom, yeah, that's how we do it. That's how we roll. And what I'm saying is that, those elements, celebration in the way that we do it, was it was useful, it was helpful.
Yeah.
It was because that was a thing, you know.
So
we did go to a very Christian kind of like church with organs and stuff like that, right? We really did. My mum and us. I was dragged up in that environment till I was 14, right? No, it was great. Listen, it was great. It was great. Boys Brigade and the whole 9 yards. And but then I'd go to your church. The one that speaking in tongues all up and down the aisles and that, which could be scary. I mean, I'm not going to lie. When you're 8, 9 years old and you're like, and you're seeing people seemingly. When you're 8,
equally, I'd seen The Exorcist at that time, and I couldn't see the difference.
And I wanna laugh because it is funny, but that's not even funny. It's like meaning, yeah, it was that scary.
Yeah.
Meaning I remember looking.
Possessed. They look possessed. Sorry. That was scary for me as a kid.
It's scary as a kid. Sorry. It is.
So for you, though, go on.
Well, so that as a song, which is essentially based, as far as I know, on the song that says, "Nobody knows the troubles I've seen. Nobody knows but Jesus." Right? Yeah. Nobody knows. That's what that is. It's that song, right? So, again, I know the "Nobody knows." I know that version, but the way that he sung it was, you wouldn't even know it was the same song.
Yeah.
And but it is the same song. So
I've got a question for you then. In terms of faith then, where did your faith to be yourself come from? Where did your faith to open the Truman Show door away from, our solid Christian backgrounds, but just...
They might have missed that.
What do you mean?
What you just said.
Who's they?
The people listening. You said you opened the Truman Show doors, and the people listening right now would be going, "Did he just say Truman Show door? You opened the Truman Show doors?"
Yeah, okay.
You might
I don't mean Truman as in like the brewery or anything like that. You know what I mean? There's a film called Truman Show with Jim Carrey, and go check it all out. It's a great film. But what made you, go through the other side? What made you intrepid? Where do you think that faith came from? In terms of your abilities, in terms of your courage to
us as a culture, pretty much anything that you were probably going to say. That you'd said that you were going to say is probably our parents, our generation's parents, because our generation's parents weren't born here. They they were either dragged over here, like my mum and her sister and her brother. And I say dragged over, they weren't dragged over, but my mum was 15 when she came over. And the long and the short of it was she was too young to stay anywhere by herself. Yeah. So her dad came over, so she came over. There was no, she didn't volunteer it wasn't something that she said, "I know what I'm going to do." No, she came over with her dad. And one of her sisters and her brother, of which she was one of 9 or 10. So, and they were all older. So she came over. But my dad came over of his own volition. My dad came over to do that thing of getting the money and sending it home. Right? Yeah. That's the gig, essentially, right? Like, no, it's not just the West Indian experience. That's many people around Europe, around the world. They go to a country where it's like, what, they're going to pay me that much? I'll go and do that then. I'll go and get that money, send it home, and I'll see you every now and again. I'll see you every, for a month or two or whatever around Christmas or something. That's how some people are still living to this day. They go to another country to earn money to send home to the family, and that's what Dad did.
So I think for me though, I think I was just not interesting, so I can't say that I was interesting. I was interested in so much different stuff, and I think the hip hop movement helped me do that. Make something out of nothing. The music, all the music that it referenced, rock, pop, jazz, classical, everything. I was just interested in all that. What's going on elsewhere? Who are these people? What is this? That made me really intrepid, and I could DJ. I knew I could. I happened to be good at it. It felt good. And I thought I'll pursue it because there's so much that came with it. And the turntable that's right next to you, SL1200 Technics, industry standard, that's the first one I bought at 17 years old after my first job. And that's just carried me through. That has been my, it's been through the wars. But that turntable, that just iconifies not my escape, but my progress in life and my, it just paid for loads of things, but also gives me opportunities and stuff. So that, for me, is what gave me faith. Not that turntable, but, I grew up with that turntable, and that gave me the tools and the courage to move forward and try something different.
But don't you also think that there's an element of luck there where it's like, hey, and what's the, hey, it's like you were allowed to be yourself on a certain level.
I don't think I was.
And well, when I say you were allowed to be yourself, the you that you were was different to everyone else already, as far as I can tell. And you were allowed to be that. You were the joker. Let's face it. You're the joke. You've always been funny. You've always been the funny one. You're always the one who's just. You're always the one who brings the jokes, man. You're always the one that goes there. Like you go Jamaican. You've got that street thing. You grew up on the Peckham Estates, but equally you're well travelled. You're international Negro. Do you know what I mean? As they used to say.
Yeah.
But you started off raw and real. But from one thing I've understood about you is that you've always been allowed the you that you wanted to be or you felt comfortable with, you've been allowed to be.
Okay.
And you know, I remember it was a big thing when you said, "Yeah, I'm leaving," you know. And stop me if I'm wrong, but I remember, and it felt sad to me. I didn't know the whole 100% of the situation, but it felt sad to me because it was like, yeah, Shaun, yeah, I gotta leave. What, Peckham? Yeah. Really? Yeah. Well, I gotta leave. I gotta move out of mum's. I gotta move out of mum's. Oh no, why? Well, because, and this is the thing, this is one of the things, you know, I'm sure it was 100 other things, but I definitely remember this was one of the things was, listen, you know these people I grew up with? Yeah. That I've known for 20, 15, 20, whatever years, yeah, that we were kids, yeah. Dude, they're coming around rubbing their hands, chatting about, how much you want for that TV? How much you want for them decks? How much you want for that? How much do you remember you told me that story?
Yeah.
And it was like, what, these people you grew up with? Yeah. They're now coming around like with the Bisto, with the, you know what I mean? With
the ladle.
With the Bisto nose where it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, they've come around like, with that kind of like, hold on. What's that? Oh, yeah, how much do you want for that? Oh yeah, I could sell that, you know, P. I could sell that.
Yeah.
And you're on the North Peckham Estates. And I know what that is. Do you know what I mean? And I knew exactly what it was you were talking about. And to me, that was sad. But it was beautiful in a way as well because you were looking after your mum at that time. One of the things you said was that you were looking after mum. Because mum don't need to be broken into for my stuff because people want my stuff because I'm the one with the decks. Because everybody knows because I'm getting quite a name for myself being me.
I think there's some people that I grew up with who are so multi-talented, probably maybe more talented than I am or equally talented, that were too scared to be themselves. I know there's multiple pressures that stop them from doing that, but even scared to try. And that's what I mean by faith, having that strength to try.
Do you know what I say to a lot of people? Dude, to be affected by what anyone else wants you to be and whatever anyone else is doing and what and whatever they think in their opinion, dude, you have to have a modicum of respect for the person before you care what they say. You have to have a modicum of respect for the person who's kind of going, no, you don't want to do that. And fortunately for me, I've always known that. And we grew up in the church, right? We grew up in the church, and at some point you realize that some people are just hypocritical in church, and that's the first time it happens. Where these people who are saying this, that, and the third, right, quoting the Bible at you, you're looking at them realizing you don't do none of this, and you're trying to tell me about myself. And you are talking, and I'm now looking, and unfortunately for this conversation, I'm now looking at you knowing that you don't believe anything you're saying.
Thing is, your face is so expressive. You don't hide it. You wear your heart in your sleeve. Sorry, people will know when you're not convinced.
Well, yeah, that has been this is why I got chucked out of church. Really, pretty much. I got chucked out, man. When I was the one speaking, people were like, shut him up.
Well, I don't want to shut you up, but what I do want to hear about is this rudimental story. Let me play this track first. It's called Waiting All Night. And I just want to hear this story about it because I know you've been dying to tell me that, or I've been intrigued to hear it, to be honest. I'm over curious. Let's check this out first.
I've been waiting all night for you to tell me what you want. Tell me that you need me. I've been waiting all night for you to, tell me what you want, yeah. I've been waiting all night for you to tell me what you want. Tell me that you need me. I've been waiting all night for you to, tell me what you want, yeah. Want, yeah, want, yeah, want, yeah, want, yeah, want. I've been waiting all night for you to tell me that you need me. Tell me that you want me. I've been waiting all night for you to tell me that you need me.
So that's Rudimental, Waiting All Night. Tell me the story around this one.
Well, listen, this is not a song that I've quite obviously carried with me throughout my whole life or anything, and sings to me on a level that says that where I can break it down and write a book about it, like all the other songs. But this song came at a time in my life where, okay, so Dad was ill. Mum said to me, I was in LA, I was living in LA, and my mum said to me on the phone, yeah, you better come home, your dad's ill. So I did. And then over the next 2 years, he essentially died. He took all the drugs that they gave him to take from the hospital, and essentially those drugs basically killed him. Now, on the way to that, like about a year in, skinny, not eating properly, or I know that he's going to die. So I'm sad. And the long and the short of it is at some point I hear this song. Now, the thing about this song is that it comes with a video. Now, the video is very real. Kurt Jaeger was a BMXer, is a BMXer in LA. And the video of this song is the chronicles of his group, meaning whenever they're doing their BMX business, someone walks around with a camera and they film themselves just doing stunts and stuff, just messing about on BMXs. There's a few friends, 5 to 8, and they all go around with their BMXs and whatever else. Fully American, LA'd up, that kind of lifestyle in the sun. The video starts with a crash in the video. Now, in real life, Kurt Jaeger was in a crash. What's chronicled in the video is Kurt Jaeger waking up in the hospital after having had his leg taken away from him. So all this video is real. It's a dude. He wakes up in the hospital and he's groggy, and the nurse is talking to him, and he's basically crying. And then you look down and you see that from the knee down, one of his legs is missing. Now, again, so we understand that we are where I am in life. I've come back to this country. I'm now living in Kensal Rise, near the carnival anyway. Yeah. I've been back, and I'm looking for a sign because I'm very sad and this ain't looking good. There's a lot going wrong. Yep. Open the Truman Show door, but now I'm on that boat and it's capsized and I don't know where I'm going, and I'm trying to hold on, and everybody, no one's really got any answers around me, and all is lost in a way. So I'm watching this video that Kerry, an old friend of mine, again, we do that thing like you and me. Well, have you seen that? Well, have you heard that? Well, have you watched that? Well, watch this YouTube. Yeah. Watch this. Right, so we did that. So that was one of those nights.
WhatsApp tennis.
Yeah, just tennis, just YouTube tennis, just like, that's the whole thing. And so anyway, so she shows me this video. I'm like, hold on a minute. When I see the video. So what happens? What happens is throughout the video, you see that very much like the Bionic Man, we can rebuild him. So what do? You see him in these videos coming home from the hospital, being depressed, his friends trying to help him out. He's like, okay. He goes to a doctor. They get him a prosthetic leg because the point is, I just want to ride again. Okay. I think I can deal with the fact that I've lost a leg now, but I just want to ride again. So then he gets this prosthetic leg and he rides again. But the thing is that he's falling off his bike. He can't do it. It's a nightmare. It's very frustrating for him. You see him go through this journey, and they chronicle it with someone who's there with a camera, his friend. It's one of his best mates. And then at the end of the video, he rides his bike again. Nice. And he does a bit of a stunt. And it's the very first time in a 3.5 to 5 minute video that you kind of see him smile. And the birds are kind of flying behind him and they kind of ride off into the sunset. But as I say, it's very real. Now, what's so good about that? And what's the point? Who cares? So me and my mate Andy, we're walking around Soho, and I go and buy the album. Brilliant. On that journey, I meet a girl who I believed had passed away. But I see her, and she hasn't passed away. And that's another story. But she was very ill a few years before, and we met and we really liked each other and stuff. But then I didn't see her for a few years, and I'd naturally assumed, well, as a result of kind of like bumping into her and speaking to her for an hour, I didn't get to a shop. I was supposed to get to a shop before 4 p.m. So I'm running to this shop now after speaking to this young lady who I thought was dead. Just to be fair, I've got to this shop, and as I'm walking down Wardour Street, I see this dude. I've neglected to tell you that I watched that video about 100 times over the weekend, which is very important. On the Friday, I saw the video once or twice with Kerry. Over the Saturday and the Sunday, I watched that video on YouTube about 100 times, back to back to back to back to back. When I was like working out, if I went jogging, it was on, rewind, on. I listened to it maybe about 100, maybe more than 100 times, like proper. Yeah. So now it's Monday. I went to HMV. I've bought the CD. I've got it. It's in my bag. Done. Brilliant. I'm trying to get to this other shop though before it shuts because I've been made late because of the day's events. And I know I'm tripping because I watched that video 100 times. I'm tripping, man. I'm in grief. Dad's still alive, but it's not looking good. Yeah. So I'm walking down there, and I've told a load of people about the song as well. I've told a load of people, Rudimental, you need to go and buy it. Just go and buy it. It's wicked. Get it. But at the very least, watch the video because it's inspirational. And this is the whole point of this story, was how inspirational it was at a time when, right? So I'm walking down Wardour Street, and I see this dude who it kind of looks like the guy in the video. And it's funny, I'm looking at this dude, I'm just walking down Wardour Street, I'm late to get to this thing, and I see this dude, and I'm like, oh, Shaun, you are really tripping. Because now this guy looks like this American dude who's BMXing in LA, and you're on Wardour Street, London, and you're seeing this dude, and it looks like this guy that you've been watching in this video for 100 times over the weekend. So he walks past, and when you've got that thing where you're like, I've got to look at this guy and he's walking past, and I keep looking, and I'm like, that's not him, is it? And I don't know what's going on because now he's past me. But then I thought, oh, there's a very obvious way to work out if it's him. It's very obvious. He's walked past the car now, so I can't see. So I'm like, well, obviously, if he's got a leg missing, then that's the obvious thing. He walks past the bit where I couldn't see him. Dude, it was him.
Scary.
I've walked out. I've sworn, right? Top of my voice, right? You know how it goes.
Yeah, I do.
And then everybody in Wardour Street's like thinking crazy black man, angry black man, whatever else. Everyone's scared, right? I've gone up and I've just said, mate, is it you? He's gone, well, who's that? And I said, come on, man, is it you? He was like, well, in the video? Yeah, I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, man, it's me. Hi, I'm Kurt. I'm like,
that is mad.
Mate, you have no idea. He was like, really? Okay. I was like, no, you have no idea. I don't even know where to start. And he was like, okay, well, I said, first of all, the reason I'm out now today is because of you. He was like, oh, really? I said, yeah, I've just bought the album because of you today. He said, nah, man. I was like, mate. And I went in my bag and I said, look. He said, oh my God. He goes, oh my God, who buys CDs anymore? I was like, yeah, right. I went out and I bought this CD inspired by you and your story. I said, dude, you have no idea what's happened to me over the this is a proper American dude. It's like, if the dude lived in Soho, I wouldn't, you wouldn't be that surprised. You'd be like, it would be like, oh,
what are the chances though?
Well, it's a coincidence, isn't it? But then you'd be like, is it coincidence though? You're walking around the place where he lives. I mean, is it? So then I was like, dude, what are the chances? He goes, well, I'm only here for like one day. He was like, I was in Scotland yesterday and I'm here today and I'm literally gone tomorrow. I was only here. So he was literally, today was the only day that I could see that guy in this country. And I happened to be walking past him about 3:30 on a Monday afternoon on Wardour Street, going to a camera shop. But I'd watched the video 100 times. So I recognized the dude. Now, what's the inspiration? Who cares? The point was by the end of that, I just thought, dude, if that guy. So I said to him, the video is amazing. I said, I bet your friends. He said, oh no, I wanted to die. I said, right, yeah. it was that real.
Yeah.
Obviously, he was like, "No, you don't understand. I mean, I didn't really want to live." I said, "Yeah, but it looks like your friends got you through because when you watch the video, you see they're just banter. Do you know what I mean? It's just like mates and that." He said, "Oh no, my friends were the most important thing. They were the most important thing."
I need to get this off my chest. So, I'm DJing. I come back home, and we always have calls once every 6 months, whenever we're both free or whatever. And you call me, "Oh, Pete, what are you saying?" "I'm all right." Then banter, talk about football, blah, blah, blah. You went, "You're going to hate me." I goes, "Why am I going to hate you?" Because "You're going to hate me." I goes, "Why am I going to hate you?" "Yeah, I got this gig. I got this film." I goes, "What film?" "Yeah, well done. What's the film, man?" "Good. I'm glad you got another role. Blah, blah, blah. I got this film." "Yeah, I'm a DJ." I was like, "You what?" And I looked out into the middle distance, like, he's winding me up. Because what do you mean the DJ? Basically, why aren't I doing it, right? But, what do you mean? You go, "Yeah, I'm a DJ. I'm going to learn how to scratch." I'm doing it. I was like, "How dare you?" Obviously, I was happy for you. But the way you dropped it, you went, "Yeah, you're going to hate me." It's just like, "Oh, you bastard." But, so I want to talk about human trafficking in a second. But also, it's the second time you pissed me off. You said to me, "You're going to hate me." I goes, "Not again." Because you got another DJ gig. He said, "No, I flew a spaceship." I goes, "What do you mean you flew a spaceship?" "You and Doctor Who?" And you goes, "No, but we used to play about when we were kids, and I actually flew a spaceship." I was so jealous. I'm going to laugh.
I've had a couple of things I've flown, yeah.
Yeah. You have a couple of, but you flew a spaceship. I was mad jealous of that. So I'm over it now, but I just thought I'd let you know, right? That, I had issues about that for a while.
Not many people have flown. Listen, I get it. It's not,
but I want to talk about human trafficking briefly as well. Is like that. Obviously, it's a cult film. How are you? What's your relationship with it now? I mean, obviously, when it came out, it was controversial on multiple levels. What was it like at the time? And how are you with it now? Because, people still stop you and talk to you about that. Are you over it now? Or are you where it's a cult film and it's got its place in time?
No, it was a cult film when I read the thing for the first time.
Okay.
Yeah. But then it was my life. And that was the thing that I've always said to you.
Yes.
Was, no, this is my life.
Yeah.
The music and everything else about it is my life.
Yeah.
Do I sell records? No.
No.
Am I a DJ in real life? Yeah. Have you not heard the songs? Dude, I could have come with, you and I, we could have come with all day long, we could have come with tunes. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know.
I've had to pare these down. I've had to kind of go, well, okay, let's put a story behind them. But we could come for tunes. We could come with tunes.
Yeah. But what did you enjoy it because it encapsulated that period of time where you're living, so it made it
was
easier?
My life.
So was it easy to act? Was it easy
Most of my friends were like, "Look at Parkesy, bastard. No acting required." Yeah.
Basically.
No acting required. That's what like quite a few of the ravers said to me. They laughed. They laughed and didn't know.
Was it nice to be authentic without acting? Was it nice to be real?
Well, I'd never done anything.
You know what I mean?
I'd never. Well, no, but this is the point. I'd never done anything that truly represented my life before then.
Wow.
I mean, 1999, right? So that's 1999. Yeah. I hadn't done anything that actually truly represented my life like that before then. That's a fact.
Yeah.
And maybe since. But I was a raver. Yeah. I did go out. I did go to Turnmills. I did go to Ministry of Sound, but the one that we went to, the staple diet was heaven. All nights of the week we went to heaven. No. We went to Whirling. We went to mall. I won't even go into it. We went to a mall. We went there on a Monday, let alone Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We went. We did Farringdon. We did Turnmills. Gay night and non-gay night. And I'm not gay, but we were there mixing it. Oh yeah. Oh no, we were there. We were there, right? I'm telling you, in gay clubs, when at some point we were stopped going into clubs because we weren't gay. Yeah,
the militia.
That's how bad it was. I mean, that's one of the reasons I stopped going out, because it became a bit divisive.
Yeah.
I mean, we had to kind of go holding hands and stuff like,
Yeah.
hi, hey, hi. And they're like,
yeah, to camp it out.
but the thing is, it's like, they'd be like, you're not gay. And we were like, yeah, we are. They're you're not gay.
Yeah,
and I'd be like, well,
Yeah.
well,
You get rumbled.
And at this point, right, oh, you've been waiting in that queue for 2 hours at least.
You're good.
Yeah, but that's what it was back in the day, dude.
Yeah.
Well, what else are you going to do? You've got all the way there.
Yeah,
You're not
yeah,
gonna- Well, I mean, there's no Ubers. It weren't about Uber back then, dude. It weren't about, as my guy say, it weren't about hitting Uber and manoeuvring out the area. It was about like, you get that night bus.
You know what's so funny though? When you did an article in the paper, I think the Metro, and you talked about the film, and talking about the lifestyle that came with that, and members of the family were like, certain members of the family were like,
That was the Evening Standard.
that's the Evening Standard.
In the middle of the Evening Standard.
Thank you.
With Lawrence Delalio, who was the rugby England captain, I believe, at the time. At the back of the paper was Lawrence Delalio, drug shame, court set. Maybe I don't want to kind of. I do this every now and again, and now I've got to stop doing it.
But there's a drug shame
But
association.
there was a drug shame association thing with Lawrence Delalio, and it went deeper than just knowing someone who's done drugs. Let's put it like that.
Yeah.
In the middle of the paper, it starts off, Shaun Parkes has a problem.
Oh, God.
Not only do his parents not know that he's ever done drugs, they're church-going people and this, that, the other, and the whole 9 yards and whatever. Quote Shaun, what am I supposed to say to Mum? I can't remember the last 5 years because I've been off my nut.
I know.
Right?
I know.
That's how it started. That's how the thing. And I got Danny Dyer backing me up. They don't even start with Danny Dyer. They start with your boy. Shame your boy straight away in bold. You know when they start an article in bold.
Yeah.
And then they let you carry on and the writing goes to normal writing.
Yeah.
That was in bold.
No, I remember. We're family, man. I knew I was there. But I it was interesting to be not on the other side, but just to see how it was received in terms of not outrage, but just shock and horror and blah 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 blah. But I just said to members of the family, look, we're both rebels. We just do our thing. Do you know what I mean? And to be honest, there's a lot more worse things that we could be doing given our upbringing.
Blame Granddad.
Blame Granddad.
If you don't want us to grow up in this country doing what we do, blame Granddad. Because if Granddad had got to Africa, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. But he didn't, did he? He came here. Yeah. Came here, and you came straight to London, didn't you? And then you put me in a South East London comprehensive boys' school where people are stabbing themselves. And I'm seeing that at 11 years old. So let me tell you, sorry.
Nice.
I mean, I don't know what you expected. I don't know what you expected, but this is what you got.
Well, on to your final track, which is A Change Is Gonna Come by Sam Cooke, just to mellow us out from rather raucous show. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank all the teachers, tutors, lecturers out there in the world. I want to big up Momo, Moore. I want to big up Robin Warren. I want to big up Anel Elston for all the work you're doing worldwide across the globe. Be proud of yourselves. Teachers and lecturers are often underappreciated. I want to thank you on behalf of this show. So, and finally, in closing, I just want to say thank you very much, Shaun, for joining me on 45.
Thank you.
I was born by the river in a little tent. Oh, and just like the river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die. 'Cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. I go to the movie and I go downtown. Somebody keep telling me don't hang around. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. Then I go to my brother and I say, brother, help me please. But he winds up knocking me back down on my knees. Oh, there've been times that I thought I couldn't last for long, but now I think I'm able to carry on. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will.
45.
Rest in peace, Maxi Jazz.